Welcome again to the Voice of Source. It's a beautiful Tuesday here, a little after 7 a.m. Texas. I just finished sun gazing. As you can see, the sun right there. Every morning I get up and try to get a few minutes sun gazing. One of the things that I notice with my efforts is that sometimes I wake up feeling a little sluggish, a little tired, and as soon as I do my sun gazing, it changes. I feel energized, and then I go run 3 miles, and that sets the tone for the rest of the day for me. But in this video, it's gonna be pretty short because I'm about to go do my 3 mile run before I get started with my work day. And as I chronicle my journey through this game, and of course when I realized that it is indeed a game, then the next step was for me to try to figure out exactly what are the rules of the game. Because if you're going to play a game, one of the most important things is to understand the rules, so you could not break the rules, or you could play by rules so you could get the best out of yourself and this game. And because this is a short video, I'm going to follow up with a much longer one that will go into the details of some of the other rules that I've discovered. But the most fundamental rule that I understand, that I've learned about this game, is no meat. And that's a hard and fast rule. It has nothing to do with humanitarian efforts or anything like that. It is just simply a rule for players of Source that we are not to consume animals of any kind. And animals of any kind, anything that has a heart, anything that bleeds, no fish, no shrimp, no meat of any kind. And to be clear, it's a game where all things are permissible, or all things are permitted, right? We are here for the experience, right? We are here to experience materialism. We're here to experience duality. We're here to experience all of these wonderful things. However, while going through these experiences, there are choices that we have to make, and each and every single choice have consequences. This is a pay-to-play game. It is not. It's a pay-to-play game. And so whenever we play by rules, we raise our frequency and we make better choices, better decisions, and indeed we are much more successful in our gameplay. But one of the biggest reasons for the meat is that, or no meat, is that meat keeps us locked or trapped in lower frequency areas of the game, right? And as a result of being trapped in lower frequency areas of the game, we have a very, very faint connection to our infinite source self that exists outside of this matrix reality. And so we are essentially soulless, right? We do have a soul, those of us who are players of Source. We do have a soul, and the soul obviously is a container that encapsulates our Source fractal. And the idea is for us to raise our frequency high enough to escape the rainbow colors, get into the gray zone, unlock the soul cage, and free the Source fractal. But in order to be able to progress up the frequency ladder, we have to take the first step, and that first step is to eliminate meat. Because once meat has been eliminated from a Source player's liberty, the connection to Source, the connection that we have to our infinite Source self, becomes clearer and clearer and more apparent. And now we're able to get Source truth information from essentially who we really are. In this game, many people identify with the body. There are so many different people doing surgeries to augment this, to augment that, and the identification is with the body. We are source. The body is just a vessel. It's just an avatar that we put on to experience this, to enjoy this experience, or to experience this reality. And once we're finished with this experience, we're gonna wake up in our true source self nature outside of this matrix, and indeed the first level of this matrix, the physical realm of this matrix. And so if we continue to consume meat, the consumption of meat keeps us locked in a lower frequency state, and as such we don't have a valid connection or any kind of connection to our infinite source self. So it's very difficult for us to apprehend source truth, source knowledge, because it is the source truth and the source knowledge that is necessary for us to liberate ourselves from this game. I was seeking and searching all my life, and eventually I started being led to different information that starts resonating with me at a certain level. It just felt right. It's like it didn't make sense consciously, but there was something about the information that resonated with me at a very, very deep level. And so I continued to pursue that information. And sure enough, it led me to the place where I discovered that I am playing a virtual reality simulation game. I'm a source fractal, and the idea is to win the game. And in order to win the game, I have to understand how to play by rules. And the most fundamental rule is no meat. I have given up meat for a very long time right now, and there have been a magnificent shift in my frequency. I could tell. I haven't been sick, I guess ever since I've given up meat, perhaps even before that, because I was fairly much, taking relatively good care of myself. But after having given up meat, I haven't had any issues with illnesses or anything like that. There's still little allergies here and there, but it's an amazing journey. And when we learn how to play by rule, and we start raising our frequency and becoming more and more in tune or in touch with our infinite source self, the questions that we have, we're given answers to those questions. And one of the things that I learned about this game as a source fractal, as a creator, is that after we've been off meat long enough and raise our frequency to a certain level, we have the ability then to unlock our script. And once that script is unlocked, then the onus is upon each and every one of us to create the experience that we want. And if we treat this as a game, just like with any other game out there, right? You try to level up. You try to do everything you possibly can to build up your character so you'll be more potent, more effective in whatever challenges that come your way. Same thing with this game, especially after the script is unlocked. It's a mind game. It's all in the mind. And the more and more we master our mind, the better it is for us. We master the mind, master the avatar, right? We make choices. All choices have consequences. So we make the best choices for ourselves, right? Beneficial choices. And as we make choices, different doors open for us. And as we make better and better choices, we rise in frequency and we start experiencing our best life, right? We have to be a frequency match for the things that we want to experience in this world. And the way to do that is to raise your frequency. And one of the first things to do to raise your frequency is to give up meat. It might not be a very, very simple thing for most people. You might have to take it in stage. Maybe eliminate red meat first. Maybe next you eliminate, chicken, turkey, whatever. The point is, there is no right or wrong way for anybody's approach to this game. Do what you feel is best for you on your journey. I am just speaking from the perspective of my journey and what I have had to do up to now to grow, raise my frequency, and try to experience my best life yet in this game. This is an amazing game. I'm not preaching to anyone. Everybody's free. As a source fractal, you're free to make whatever choice you feel is necessary for you to make. Right? Just understand that each choice comes with consequences, right? Each choice can be beneficial or non-beneficial. In my journey, I am making every effort each day to choose those choices that are beneficial for me in my growth in this game. And once I've played long enough and I'm comfortable with my effort, then at some point I will lay it down and move back to my infinite source self reality outside of this matrix. Anyway, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.